Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and just to be on the safe side, hello, hello. And if you don't follow the network very closely, you won't get that one. Anyway, it's lovely to be back. You might hear from my voice, I've got a bit of a cold, well, come flu, achiness, bleh. So I will try desperately not to sneeze down the microphone and deafen you all. But let's see if we can catch up with 2 weeks of live chat. It's always a bit of a hit and miss thing whether this will happen, but hey, if I don't do it today, I'll do it sometime this week. Okay, so where did we get up to last time? Ooh, I sound like somebody from children's television. So, children, where did we get up to last time? I remember I had a little rant about teaching grammar. I got slightly singed on that one, but I have nothing against learning grammar, honestly. Just, there are millions of native speakers who don't understand what an adjective is. Get over it. Okay, so this time we're going to start with somebody called Pritpal Singh, who said, "Hello to all. I am new here. I want to learn English speaking. I need help from all of you." So, Pritpal, you'd say hi everyone or hello everyone rather than hello to all. Hello to everyone would be better. Okay, so hello everyone. I'm new here. I want to learn how to speak English and I need help from all of you. That's fine. Watch out for those little dots that you're doing. It's a bad habit. Okay, so I'm new here, full stop. I want to learn how to speak English, comma, and I need help from all of you, full stop. Zeb replied, and thanks for looking after Discuss whilst I was away, Zeb. Actually, it seems like ages. It doesn't seem like just 2 weeks. Zeb replied, "Hi, Pritpal. Do you mean that you've only been learning how to write in English so far?" Hey, don't joke about it, Zeb. It could well be true. Walk into an English class and see how many teachers say, "Open your books at page 45. Hamza came along and said, "Please give me a chance to join you." Hey, everybody's got the chance to join us. You just joined us. As soon as you write something in live chat, you have joined us, okay? So, Hamza, it's nice to say hello before you start. You know, imagine walking into a room saying, "Please give me a chance to join you." You always say hello. Treat forums like rooms, yeah? Do the sort of normal etiquette of introducing yourself. So, hi, I'm Hamza, and please would be capitalised. Please give me a chance to join you. That's fine. And Zeb replied, "Give it a go. Call me Chance." I like it, Zeb. Zeb wrote, "Hello, I seem to have a bunch of followers on Discuss that I've never greeted. Hello, all of you. Hopefully we'll get in touch." Yay! So everybody who's following Zeb, when you're following somebody, it's great because you get reminded or you get notifications of when they've posted. It's also nice just to say hello to them as well. Otherwise it's not following, it's stalking, okay? So don't be stalkerish. Hamza then wrote, "Join me to improve my English." Okay, so join me would be a capital J and then English always a capital E. Okay, Zeb replied, "Hi Hamza, I'm happily joining you. Your message is from 3 days ago though. As I come here every day, I fear that you haven't a Discuss account and ended up in the moderation queue. It makes it more difficult for joining each other. But with some luck, you'll get my reply and we will get in touch." So, nicely put, Zeb. Quite right. If you don't have a Discuss account, you will end up in moderation. And if I'm on holiday, it's very dependent on whether I've got Wi-Fi or even time to moderate the actual comments. So sometimes there can be quite a gap. Usually there's not a long gap. But if I'm on holiday, there'll be a longer gap. Okay? So, Zeb, you would say your message is from 3 days ago, though. As I come here every day, I fear that you don't have a Discuss account or that you haven't got a Discuss account. Haven't a Discuss account is very American English, okay? And I'm here with British English in my pocket, so I'm going to say haven't got or don't have. And your message ended up in the moderation queue. It makes it more difficult to join each other. But, and then so you'd have a comma and then but, with some luck, you'll get my reply and we will get in touch. Priyanka jumped in and said, "Hello, Zeb." And Zeb replied, "Hello, Priyanka. Today, March 17th, is St. Patrick's Day. I'll celebrate the patron saint of Ireland with a Guinness. Guinness is an Irish black beer. Do you drink beers sometimes, Priyanka? Okay, beer is uncountable. It is like the rivers that flow. You just can't. You can have different kinds of beer. You can have a glass of beer. You have glasses of beer. You can have different types of beer, different beers. But if you're talking about beer in general, it's just singular beer. Sonu popped in and said, hey there, anyone who wants to help me improve my communication skills. Okay, Sonu, that was to Hamza, so we kind of left it at that. Really, if you want to ask the whole group, to discuss, I don't know, club, team, mob, horde, as somebody called the Google Plus group. The other day we hit 3,000, by the way. Woo! And somebody said, we are a horde. So I'm deciding who we're going to invade first. But if you want to sort of address the whole group, then start a new thread, okay? So, Sonu, I don't think Hamza returned back to you, so I'll say to you, you'd say, hey with a capital H, hey there. Is there anyone who would like to help me to improve my communication skills? ? Okay, because you're asking a question, you're asking for help, okay? Then Mohit Yadav came along and said, hi guys, I want to be a part of your chat. And thank you, teacher, for give us this opportunity to improve your English conversate and all. Thank you once again. Now, Mohit, if you're listening to that, you probably will realise that that's not quite what you wanted to say. I do understand what you were trying to say, which was probably more, hi guys, one I, Guys. It's fun to play with English, but when you're learning, it's as well to get the absolute staples down so that you don't even have to think about them. Because if you were to put Guyz or double Z into a test, you'd be marked down. And so it's good to develop good habits. I would like to be part of your chat. Okay, capital I. Full stop, that's fine. Thank you, teacher, ThankYou, teacher, for giving us this opportunity, okay? When opportunity knocks, OPPORTUNITY, to improve our English, capital E, conversation. So that would be not conversate, to converse, to have a conversation. To improve your English conversation. So English with a capital E and conversation, CONVERSATION. And everything else, you could say. Then full stop, thank you, capital TYOU for you. Once again, full stop. Don't forget, full stop at the end of every, you need the right punctuation at the end of every sentence. So question mark, exclamation mark, full stop. Just make sure you end a sentence because, again, you don't want to lose points in a test or an exam for something that's so easy to correct, okay? Amatsu came in and said, hi, Mohit, enjoy your chatting. Zeb said, hi, at Mohit. I agree. Lynn, the teacher, is doing a great job, but we learners have to talk with each other for Lynn to do her job. How are you doing? Yeah, you see, Zeb has the secret of it all. I mean, it would be easy for me to just keep rabbiting on at everybody about how you should speak English. There's lots of people doing that, but I'm more interested in how you do speak English and how I can help you speak it better. Okay. And Zeb knows the secret of the network. She's worked it out. Zeb then came along and said, hello out there. Out of curiosity, can you witness people living on the streets where you live? These survivors' locations are often quite elusive, but they are everywhere. Here's a photo of one of this spot I took last weekend in Paris, and there's a link to the Google page with the photograph. Priyanka came in and said, hi, Zeb. Okay. Amatsu said, sadly, yes, Zeb. I was in town on Friday and saw several buskers, people selling the big issue, a magazine written and sold by homeless people, and a couple just begging, but nothing on the scale of your picture. It's a difficult conundrum. And Zeb replied to Amatsu, the people on the photo lived on this spot for 89 months before being kicked out the day after I took this photo. It was quite amazing because I saw them build their first shack on this spot. The papers said that they were 110 living there, including 40 children. I think that on the day they were forced to leave, they probably already had selected their next location. So that was perfect. apart from this bit, the paper said that they were 110. No, they were homeless. They were living on the streets. They were living in this place. But you'd say the paper said that there were 110 people living there, including 40 children. 40 children, said Amatsu. Goodness, that is sad. Are they in receipt of benefits? How do they survive? Zeb replied, they're extremely resourceful and skilled in many ways. It's amazing what they can do with stuff they pick off the streets. Some of them have papers while others not, but they all help each other. They repair the stuff they collect and even sell them sometimes. Others works on construction sites. So that would be others work, they work on construction sites. There are probably many other things that they do that I'm not aware of. It's a total hidden economy for me. Their kids can go to school until they're 16, even if the parents have no papers, but in their case they seem to prefer to stick to themselves. In the area where the picture was taken, they used to go to the baker at the end of the day to collect the remaining bread. Not for free, they always gave some money back. Some of them are skilled pickpockets, that's for sure, but they never act in the area where they settle down for some time. Okay, so interesting topic, and maybe something we can talk about on Thursday's Kindly Chat, Zeb. How do you survive if you become homeless? It's not easy. Hamza came back and said, hello, I'm very happy to join you. I am looking to work as TEM to improve my English. So Hamza, you'd say hello, fine, but not all capitals, because that's going, hello, that's shouting. So hello, capital H and then small E-double-L-O. And then I am very happy to join you. And again, you, Y-O-U. Full stop, because you're very happy to join us. That's one statement. And then I, capital I, am looking to work as a team to improve my English. So English, capital E. Team, T-E-A-M. Okay? And as I say, I've been away, Hamza, so I'll just reply to you here. Hi, Hamza. I have recorded and corrected your text in live chat. Okay, there you go. So, Zeb came along on March 17th, which was St. Patrick's Day. I was amazed at how the Spanish celebrate St. Patrick's Day. They love it. It's great. So, and there's so many Irish pubs in Spain. It was like being in Dublin sometimes. So Zeb said March 17th and beer o'clock. I love that, beer o'clock. Normally we wouldn't write O, capital O, for beer o'clock. It would just be a small O. Time to celebrate the patron saint of Ireland. Cheers! I wish I'd been able to get in touch and say cheers back, but unfortunately, I couldn't keep an eye on everything on the net. Beer, Zeb? Surely you mean Guinness, said Amatsu. And Guinness, Amatsu, is with a double N. Zeb knew how to spell it. Zeb said, yep, I love this dark brew. Did you celebrate St. Patrick too? Amatsu said, not really. I was actually in Dublin the weekend before and they had already started. In fact, I don't think they ever stop. And Zeb then replied, as if Guinness is their god. Possibly. It's certainly, yes, something that you don't insult in Ireland, that's for sure. Shivam came along and said, hello, can we start our chat on particular topic? It's seem better for us. So, Shivam, capital H for hello. Can we start a chat on a particular topic? And then question mark, not a full stop and a question mark. It's one or the other, okay? And because you started with can, you could say question mark. It seems better for us, full stop. Or I think it would be better for us, full stop. Amatsu said, hi, Shivam. Any ideas yet? Shivam said, it's better if we become friend on Facebook and start chatting. Who's it? Okay. So, Shivam, when you're making a recommendation, it's good to use the sort of very formal, polite form. It would be better, or it might be better, if we became friends, Friends, on Facebook. Capital F, because it's a company, it's an organisation, a trademark, I believe. So capital F, ACEBOOK, and start chatting. And then not who's it, how would that be for you, maybe is what you wanted to say. So capital H, how would that be for you, question mark. Zeb then said, why would Facebook be a better place for chatting, Shivam? And Shivam said, for fast chatting, which I don't think possible here. So, capital F, start of a sentence. Fast chatting, I'm not sure if for chatting more quickly or for quicker response times, maybe. Comma, which I, capital I, don't, D-O-N apostrophe T, don't forget the apostrophe in don't, think is possible here. Full stop. Fast chatting, said Zeb. Do you mean having a conversation live? It can't be that, because either Facebook or here, people have to be connected at the same time for a live conversation. Could you tell me what fast chatting is? I replied, I prefer nice, slow conversations, preferably over a cup of coffee. I tried Facebook for chatting once, but I didn't enjoy it. And then at Shivam, we do talk about different topics in the forum. Shivam said, but I think Facebook is better than this place. But as you wish. Okay, so but, B-U-T, I, capital I, think Facebook, capital F, because it's Facebook, not Facebook, Facebook, F-A-C-E-B-O-O-K, is better than this place, full stop, but as you wish. Y-O-U, B-U-T. Try not to do so many short forms, okay? It might seem that you're doing something faster and better, but really you're not doing your English learning any favours. When native speakers do it, they've already done years of writing it properly, and so it's not going to become a bad habit. When learners do it, it can form into a bad habit, I'm afraid. And maybe in the future, because young people are learning this quite young, it will be the norm, but at the moment you'll still be marked down in a test. Zeb replied, I like it here because our messages are corrected once a week, and I need feedback to improve my English. Okay, so Zeb also replied to the idea of topics. Hello, that's a good idea, Shivam. Have you had any conversation starter in mind? But Shivam didn't come back to that. Now, those of you who are listening, Zeb does come up with really interesting topics sometimes, so keep an eye open for those and just keep going on that conversation. I know I don't correct it after a week, but even so, it's worth it. And if you prefer topic-based conversations, the forum has static topic-based conversations. Chatting on Facebook, it's not going to happen. I prefer Skype, I prefer Discuss, and I prefer the forum. I think that's enough. But hey, you know, making friends on Facebook is lovely. We do have a Facebook page, but we don't really do chat. We just do silly photos, silly cartoons, and share those. And sometimes we talk about them together. If you don't understand something, I'm happy to explain why the pun works or whatever, but not text chat, okay? Sorry, Mark Zuckerberg. Quay came along and said, hey, and Ice Cloud said hello. And I think they must have said hello again later. Then Aladdin came along and he was in Kitely, and it's such a shame because I'd love to have joined you there, Aladdin, but unfortunately I was unable to connect to Kitely. So Aladdin said, hello, I'm in Kitely now, sitting in a coffee shop, listening to the radio out loud to stop feeling lonely. Okay, so listening to the radio out loud. Not out loud, out loud. I think probably that was just a typing mistake. L-O-U-D, okay? Or listening to Stop Feeling Lonely out loud on the radio. Were you actually singing as well, Aladdin? I'd love to hear that. We must do a karaoke session. Zeb replied to Aladdin, said, oops, I had to make an emergency visit to the dentist today, and he gave me pills that are making me groggy. Sorry, Aladdin, I can't make it. Aladdin said, don't worry, I hope you be fine, but be careful with your teeth. Don't eat chocolate a lot. Okay, so not I hope you be fine, I hope you will be fine, because it's like a wish for the future. I hope you will be fine, or I hope you'll be okay, I hope you'll get better soon. Yeah, you will, okay? Zeb then said, I just want the pain to stop and my swollen jaw to go back to normal right now. I'm not dreaming of chocolate at all. I fear to be just at the beginning of regular visits to the dentist again. Sniff. Okay, so I can do sniff. Oh, sorry, that's disgusting. I told you I've got a cold. I fear to be just at the beginning. Not terrible. I fear I am just at the beginning of regular visits to the dentist again. Well, if you've been spending regular visits to the dentist, maybe you wouldn't have had to have an emergency visit, Zeb. I'm just saying, okay? I'm not judging. Oh, by the way, I had to make an emergency appointment to visit the dentist today. We make emergency appointments. I hope it wasn't too expensive. Science had to jump in and do a bit of Zeb baiting here. This is one of the ageing signs and senescence, said Science. I think you need to replace your missing teeth with a new dentures. They will be removable and they could give you the opportunity to taste chocolate. Okay, so you'd say, I think you need to replace your missing teeth with new dentures. They are removable and they would give you the opportunity to taste chocolate. Of course, Zeb had to respond and said, really? I know someone who's 66 and still has all his real teeth. That's not going to be my case, though. I must have indulged myself with too many sweets during my teens with no care for my teeth. A youth mistake. A youthful mistake, you could say there. You're talking as you aren't a suspect of 66 years old, said Science. Anyway, we hope you will get well soon. That's more like it, Science. Science, you could say, you are talking as though you aren't suspected of being 66 years old. What are you saying about Zeb? Zeb then said, hi, and Science said, I posted the previous comment yesterday, but it didn't appear here, so I wrote hi to make sure that this stupid software is working, and you answered me immediately with hi. Are you a LOL? Of course, the question on the Discuss forum now is, are you a bot? Zeb said, I was able to see your invisible comment as it is addressed to me, but it is in the moderation queue, not let in the open yet, not let into the open yet, or not released into the open yet. Aha, said Science. Okay, I see. Thank you, Zeb. I think that's just a typing error. THANK. Thank you, Zeb. But the other messages appear just when I post them. I still didn't get it. I still don't get it, is what you'd say. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe the software wanted to protect me from some of your nice words, said Zeb. And Science said, or maybe is going to insert comments with my pseudo. What a stupid machine you're counting on. I will ask Aladdin to make it more developed. Okay, so, or maybe, capital O, it's going to insert comments using my pseudonym. What a stupid machine you're using. I will ask Aladdin to develop it, to help develop it. Aladdin, can you put Science out of his misery, said Zeb. Priyanka came along and said, what is your message? Because I can't see your message anywhere. That would be with a capital I. Priyanka then said, hello, Zeb, how are you? And Zeb replied to Zeb, which is very odd, Zeb. Zeb replied to herself. That's called talking to yourself, Zeb. Really, you can listen to the radio in world. You have to show me how you do that, Aladdin. Okay, so that was in reply to Aladdin listening to the radio in Kitely. Aladdin then said, not in the Kitely world, I'm broadcasting via my mic. Okay, so, and Kitely should be with a capital K, by the way, because they are a company. Zeb then said, it might give it a sound of a radio in the 50s. What BBC programme is on? And yes, it might make it sound like a radio in the 50s. That would be better, okay? Or it might give it the sound of a radio in the 50s. Aladdin replied, it might give you this filling, especially when I turn to BBC Radio 2. Okay, filling is what Zeb might have had to have done to her teeth. Okay, or the filling of a sandwich. I think you meant feeling, which is FEELING. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Okay, so capital I for it might give you this feeling, especially if I turn it to BBC Radio 2. I'm broadcasting BBC Radio 1 in Kitely. Maybe someone come and join. Okay, so maybe would be capital M. Someone can come and join me, or someone will come and join me. Aladdin then said, now I know the purpose of moving man and teacher's helper in Kitely. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, it's just to make sure you don't feel too alone if you end. I end up there on my own quite often, so I know how you feel, Aladdin. LOL, said Zeb. You'll discover soon that he's not good at small talks. See you next Thursday in Kitely. I should be kicking again by then. Bye. Okay, not small talks, small talk, singular. Okay, and Aladdin replied, "Bye, Zeb." Okay. I replied to Aladdin, I will try to log in tomorrow night. I'm not really back from my holes, but I have got a secure connection and a cold from Spain, so I won't be going out. And Zeb said, that's great news for us. Hope you'll be well enough not to be homebound tomorrow. And I replied to Zeb, haha, yes, please don't wish me unwell. And Zeb replied, of course not. How do you feel like? Fine, of course. Okay, so you wouldn't say, how do you feel like? How do you feel? You might say, what do you feel like doing? What do you feel like eating? And on and on and on. And yes, of course, I'm fine. I'm always fine. I'm British. I can't help it. And a new person popped in called Mohammed and said, hello, my name is Muhammad Ali. Okay, so hello, not hello. Hello, capital H, then a comma, then capital M, my name. Not MAME, name, with an N, okay? Name is Muhammad Ali, and your Ali would also be with an A, so even middle names take capital letters, and then full stop. I said, hi Muhammad, we weren't ignoring you, but your message went into moderation. The best way to avoid this is to set up an account with Discuss. I know there's lots of accounts in Learn English Network. You know, one day some rich billionaire might give me the money to integrate everything we do in the Learn English Network into one nice little software package. Until then, we spread ourselves out over the internet. And then, very long chat coming up, which will probably be it. It was from Zeb, and it said, March Kitely Quiz Show. We're back with the next Kitely Quizzes. You know why I'm saying this, don't you, Zeb? Quizzes. Dates, Monday, Thursday, 31st of March at 8 p.m. CET and Saturday, 5th of April at 1 p.m. CET. If you're interested in participating, get in touch here or on the forum. Here's the link. And it was about the Kitely Quiz Show, which is Quiz. Believe it or not, the first quiz was last night and I took part. It was great fun, really well run by Zeb. And one of the questions was, how do you spell quiz? Which, of course, is Quiz. And I think it was April, and she got it right. So well done you, April. Priyanka came along and said simply, hello, Zeb, how are you? And Zeb said, I'm fine, Priyanka. I just wish the weekend could be longer. Priyanka then said, I register on the forum, but I can't understand. How start discussion with people? Zeb, tell me something about it, please. So Priyanka, you'd say, I registered on the forum, but I can't understand how to start a discussion with people. Full stop, because it's a statement, it's not a question. Then, could you tell me something about it, please? And that would be with a question mark. Usually, said Zeb, new members start by adding a message in the new member About Me conversation to introduce themselves. If you click on the About Me conversation, you should see all the messages from other members and also write your own message to introduce yourself. Where is About Me option, said Priyanka. Click on New Member and you'll see the About Me conversation, said Zeb. Then click on About Me and you'll be able to add a message to this conversation. Priyanka said, OK, thanks, Zeb. Are you present online every time? OK, so you'd say, OK, thank you, Zeb, or thanks, Zeb. Thanks, Zeb would be more like you're telling somebody else to thank Zeb. Okay. So thank you, Zeb. Are you online all the time or every day, maybe you meant? And every time doesn't really ring right. It's either every day or all the time. Then Science said, I liked your question. Zeb then said, can you develop your thought? Science replied, unfortunately, I can't. It is very limited. At least I know how to get on your nerves. Objectifatint. Ooh, are you speaking French? I will tell Lynn the secret, LOL. Oh, I learned that secret a long time ago, Science. But be careful. With great power comes great responsibility. Zeb replied to Science, happy to make you discover your talents, Science. Don't waste them. Science replied, haha, I'm doing my best. Don't worry about that. So let's discover more of them with rephrasing her question. Zeb, are you a computer? And then Science also replied to Science, again talking to yourself, Science, but I'm still wondering, do we waste talent or lose them? Okay, do we waste talent or lose it? Do we waste talents or lose them? Okay, so you got to, when you're saying it or them, you've got to respond to the noun you used. Is it plural or singular? Okay, it if it's singular, them if it's plural. Okay, how do you define talent? Asked Seb. Very good question. Science replied, a gift, aptitude to do something. So a gift or aptitude to do something. Given by whom? Asked Seb. Science said, come on, you have to know. Oh, you're hedging your bets there, Science. And Seb replied, do you mean that getting on people's nerves is a talent you have got from birth? Have got from birth. No, have had from birth. Because you were born a long time ago, so you'd use the past perfect there, have had from birth. Not all of them, said Science, just those who are extremely sensitive. I see. Not all people. You don't get on everybody's nerves, just people who are sensitive. Okay. I replied to Zeb's getting on people's nerves is a talent you have to Science with Bazinga. You walked into that one, Science. Bazinga is actually from, I should say, it's from Sheldon in... was it The Big Bang Theory? Okay, I really recommend that to anybody who's interested in science and learning English. It's brilliant. Science said, thank you, Lynn. Another phrasal verb to learn. To walk into something, yes. It's more idiomatic phrasal verb, okay. To walk into is a phrasal verb. To walk into something is an idiom, okay. You walked into, you become victim to a trap I set. So you walked into equals you became a victim of a trap I set. I don't think so, said Science. I will fall in the trap just if I say, develop your thought. Sheldon, said Zeb. Oh, well spotted, Zeb. Science, she also replied. I'm sorry, but I haven't understood your answer. Not all of them, just those extremely sensitive. I mean, if I replace them by talents, I get not all talents, just talents extremely sensitive. It doesn't seem to make sense. I'm lost. Science said, try with the other remaining possibilities. I'm afraid, said Zeb, nothing else comes up. I leave it to you to make it clearer. So, Science then said, so fill in the gaps with one of the 3 suggested words. Talents, people, nerves. Not all of gap, just gap who are extremely sensitive. Okay, said Zeb, so if it's number 2, people, you didn't answer the question, which was this one. Do you mean that getting on people's nerves is a talent you have had from birth? Oh, sorry, said Science. I forgot another suggestion. 4, Zeb's nerves. But anyway, your answer was brilliant. It is my own talent since I have been born. No one on earth is able to get it. Okay, it has been a talent of mine since I was born. No one on earth is able to get it. You can't say I have been born because it's a past event that is finished and it can't be repeated unless you're a Buddhist. Maybe Buddhists could say, I have been born many times. Make your talents useful, said Zeb. Off I go for 2 days. Have a nice weekend. And she also said, okay, don't worry, be happy, la la la. And to Priyanka, no, not all the time, especially not when I'm dead to the world. It means when I'm sleeping. Okay, that was a response to, are you online all the time? Zeb also replied to Priyanka, hi Priyanka, I saw that you've just greeted me, but you wrote your message in the middle of another conversation. It would be better to start a new conversation when you just want to talk with me. How have you been doing since the last time we were in touch? And that's really important. Anybody who joins Discuss or any of the forums, follow the thread. It's one of the tips in the network. If you're joining a forum, or any discussion board, follow the thread. Start a new discussion if you want to introduce a new topic or if you just want to say a general hello, okay? Try to keep with the conversation and keep the conversation going. It's about being a good conversationalist, okay? And then Zeb also said to Priyanka, if you can't see my message when you're on the discuss page, click on the reply to Zeb button in the message sent to your email address. It will lead you directly to this conversation. And Priyanka said, yes, now I can see your message. You asked me about Drink Like Bear. Oh. Oh, hang on, no. I think I know what you mean, Priyanka. I just imagined a bear drinking, and that is possible in Second Life, by the way. So, yes, said Priyanka, I can see your message now. You asked me about drinking beer. B-E-E-R. A bear, B-E-A-R, is a big, dangerous animal in America and parts of Europe. We do have bears in Europe, but they're a bit smaller. So like a grizzly bear or yogi bear. Zeb replied, it was on March 17th that I talked about beer. My last question to you was just a few minutes ago. I asked how you were doing since the last time we chatted. So, not I asked how you were doing. You could just leave it at that. I asked how you were doing, full stop. Or, I asked how you have been doing since the last time we chatted. Are you happy again with your English classes? Priyanka said, do you know, Zeb, when all children have closed to come at coaching, that teacher give all attention on me, but I'm not going to coaching right now. Okay, so, Priyanka, you could say, do you know, Zeb, when all the children have gone, the teacher gives all her attention to me, or his attention. I'm not sure if it's a male or female teacher, comma, but I'm not going to classes right now. Zeb replied, will you study all by yourself from now on? And Priyanka said, yes, I will do this sometimes, then see what happens. Okay, you'd say, then see what happens, or what will happen. You could say, what will happen, or and see what happens. Is it right, Zeb? Question mark. Zeb said, you can do a lot on your own, but I think it's even better when you can get some feedback about what you are learning and practice with others. Have you ever tried to join a forum for English learners? Forum? Tell me about it, please, said Priyanka. So again, full stop. A forum is a place where you can exchange messages with other members about different topics. I registered on the forum run by the LEO network a few months ago. Would you like to have a look at it? Priyanka said, yes, how will useful for me? Describe me. Okay, so you could say, yes, how will it help me? Could you tell me? Zeb said, there you would do exactly the same as you do here with me, but with more learners, and you would get a chance to have conversations with a few native speakers as well. Keep in mind that it's not a classroom, though. Absolutely. Thank you, Zeb, for pointing that out. Classroom means where children going to study. Is it classroom? Okay, so to me, you could say, Priyanka, to me, a classroom means somewhere that children go to study. Full stop. Is it a classroom? Question mark. Zeb said, no, it's not. It is the opposite. You go there to practice the English you know with other people on the forum. Consider it like a playground where you can play, but in English. So think of it, rather than consider it, say think of it like a playground where you can play, but in English. Thanks a lot, Zeb, said Priyanka. What's the procedure of it? What is the procedure? That would be enough. And then question mark. Zeb said, this is the link to the LE forum where I'm a member. Have a look. If you think it can be useful for you, register and start talking. Thank you so much, Zeb, said Priyanka. What's a time there? What's a time? I think you mean, what time is it there? It's the same time it is everywhere. Different time for everybody, I'm afraid, Priyanka. So what time is it there? Or were you asking Priyanka what time is it where she is? I've no idea. So it should still be, what time is it there? Zeb said, where I am in France, it's 8:12 p.m. Priyanka said, okay, now I want to going to sleep. Okay, so, okay, now I want to go to sleep. Okay, I am going to go to sleep, I am going to sleep, or I want to go to sleep. Okay, so good night, Zeb. Bye-bye. Zeb said, please, Priyanka, next time you come here, if you just want to talk with me, start a new conversation at the top of the page. Don't start in the middle of an ongoing conversation, because it's really confusing and not very nice for the other people. Sleep tight. Good night. We have a saying in English, night, night, sleep tight, mind the bugs don't bite. And I think that's the perfect place to end today. And yes, I thought as much. We didn't get the chance to catch up on a whole 2 weeks. So I will do a second live chat recording later. I'm not going to do it right now because my voice is starting to feel very croaky. And poetry, I might mistake me for a frog. Ribbit, ribbit. So thank you for listening, and yeah, come and join us on Discuss or in the forum or anywhere else on the network. We will always respond whenever possible, and the idea is to encourage you to try these things out, find what you like. You can tell us how you're getting on and what you're doing, and if we can possibly help, we try to help. Okay, so there will be a new session starting today on Skype, because I'll be putting together the recording from live chat, which means I'm on my computer. So it won't be a voice Skype session, it will be a text chat Skype session to the LEN Meetup for ESL learners, okay? I've been asked to do this, and as I say always, if you ask me to do something and I can, I will. We do what we can when we can. And so maybe I'll see some of you there. Maybe not. Take care. And yeah, get out there, practice your English. And remember, be nice, be kind. And if you can't be good, just don't get caught. You know how in some CDs you get a secret recording at the end of the recording? This is one of those, and it's for somebody who had their birthday, and I promised this, so block your ears or switch this off if you're of a sensitive disposition. Doing this with the cold is probably not the best idea, but what the heck. I did record this on my small tablet and hoped to send it, but I couldn't. But it wasn't a very good recording, so I'll re-record it. But doing it with the cold's probably not a brilliant idea. Anyway, let's have a go. We wish you a happy birthday, we wish you a happy birthday, we wish you a happy birthday and a fantastic year. And songs we will sing, and presents we'll bring. We wish Seb a happy birthday and a fantastic year. Happy birthday, Seb. I hope it was a good one. Bye.